Hey guys, Parfax here, and today we've got another New World video for you, and it is buying and selling before the next patch. All right, let's get started. So if you didn't know, there are some pretty big changes coming to the New World economy next patch. Now, we're going to touch on a lot of things you should buy, a lot of things you should sell, and possibly some maybes. Okay, first and foremost, I want to talk about the Gypsum Kiln here, because this is going to be one of the two biggest shakeups to New World economy. So let's look at it. So the big thing here is iron guardsman insignias, rough leather beaded straps, softwood prayer beads, linen arcane embroidery, and iron battle metals are going to be crafted here in the kiln. So how do you get them? Pretty easy. We just got to take 5 of one of these resources. Each one has its own specific ones you can use. It's pretty self-explanatory. If it says Constitution in the name, you can use it to craft the Constitution mod, which is Iron Guardsman Insignia. And if it has Focus, Strength, Int, Dex, all those you can craft using them. Okay, so what is it? So we click one of these. We can take 5 of these, 20 Azoth, and we can make an Iron Guardsman Insignia. This is gonna be massive. Now, before we go into buying, selling, what I think the prices are going to do on these, I want to talk about a little bit how the market's going to work, because the things I'm going to say, you're going to maybe see it the exact opposite. You might see some fluctuations right off the bat. And this happens, you can see this as soon as the PTR goes up, as soon as people start to see what's going on, people do it on live server even before the patch goes live. So what typically happens is when a patch like this goes live, or we see it on the PTR, people panic. I call it panic buying and panic selling. What does that mean? Well, for instance, when this came out that this was on the live server, people absolutely panicked. They started buying up all these materials, rightfully so, for super cheap. People were getting them for 1 cent a piece. People are going to hit gold cap off of just doing this alone. It's going to be crazy. But not only were people buying it when it was super low, they started buying it all the way upwards of 30 and 40 a piece. Now, if we think about it realistically, I think the price of these is going to settle around 50 to 65% lower than what it is right now, because we are going to get a lot more of these in the world, but we're also going to craft a little bit more. Now, first day, it's going to be rough. Just like I said, people buy, panic sell. This is going to happen on first day. People like myself have stacked up thousands and thousands and thousands of these crafting mods. They've bought them on the market. They have done all these things. And when a new system comes out, they want to use it. They're going to go, you're going to see just so many people at these kilns just crafting. I have somewhere around the ability to craft about 1,000 Iron Guardsman Insignias with this system, and people are going to do it. But here's the kicker. What's going to happen is people are going to do this. People are going to want money, and they're going to start posting all their Iron Guardsman Insignias, because it's a lot of money to have just sitting there in your bank, not being able to do anything with it. And I haven't really done anything on how to make money in New World, but liquid money is better than actually having stuff sitting around. Because if you have money, you can make money in New World. You can buy, sell, barter, you can do all that stuff. If you have it just sitting in the bank, well, it doesn't really make you any money. You just kind of sit there until you're ready to dump it. So people are going to dump it. Iron Guardsman Insignias, I am thinking, will get to around 50 coins-ish on day 1. I think they are going to absolutely tank in price. And if you can get them for 50 a piece on day 1, bye-bye. Bye, because they are not going to stay there. They are going to go up. Now, we have a few things that are going to affect the price a little bit. We are going to talk a little bit about the star metal quartz crystal here. There are going to be a lot more ore nodes in the game. People are going to mine a lot. So we're going to get a lot of this, and this could affect the price even more than I am, thinking. But I'm thinking the Iron Guardsman Insignias will cap out right around 125 to 130. I think that is where they will eventually end up. You might see a couple times where they'll spike to around 200, but they're definitely going to go down. And they're going to go down very quickly on day 1. So when you see the Iron Guardsman Insignia drop super low, do not worry. It is going to go back up because once people run out of their stashes, then the price will start to settle down. So we'll just summarize pretty easy here. We are going to, right now, we are selling our Iron Guardsman Insignias. We are selling all 5 of these. If you have them, don't go put all of them on the market. Slowly feed them on the market so you're not eating up buy prices. You know, you're not taking that buy fee all the time because people are going to be dumping theirs right now. But the thing is, like I said, people panic sell. The first day they announced this, I was buying Iron Guardsman Insignias. I'm not kidding you, for 75 to 115 a piece as soon as they did it. I was so happy. I got my server, they got down to like 160 coins a piece, just as a regular people were just buying them. And I was buying them on buy orders for 75 to 115 a piece. I bought a couple hundred of them at that price. And I knew, because the patch wasn't coming out the next day, that the price is still gonna go up because people are still gonna craft. People sit around gold cap all the time. The companies sit around their company gold cap all the time, and they have to craft. If they don't craft, they don't have anything to spend their money on. And what do they use? They use Iron Guardsman Insignias. That's what everybody uses on almost every piece of gear. That, and then Iron Battle Metals, and then Linen Arcane Embroideries a little bit too. Those are the 2 most valuable ones, and that's what people use. So keep that in mind. The prices are going to tank right at first, and they're going to go up. Now, the one material we haven't really talked about a whole lot is the Azoth Vial here. And I don't know where this is going to end up. What's going to happen, I believe, on first day with this bottle right here is, unlike the Iron Guardsman Insignias, I think these are going to go up in price because people are going to want to interact with this system, and they're not going to have enough Azoth Vials laying around for the amount of stuff they can craft. So people are going to start buying the Azoth Vials. I wouldn't be surprised. Right now they're sitting around 5. If they get to 10 to 15 on my server the first day. Now, like the other ones, these will kind of level out, and I think these will stay around like a 7 to 8-ish, right around there, because people are going to be using them more. But let's be honest, you don't really need it to do a whole lot. So if you can buy some for 3, 4, and even maybe 5 coins a piece right now, do it, because you're going to easily be able to sell them, and you're going to be able to make a decent chunk of money just on selling these Azoth Vials. Next, I want to talk about maybe the biggest change. I know I said that was the biggest change, but this one could also be the biggest change. And this is to, well, mainly Ori nodes, Star Metal nodes, all of the mining nodes. Now, there are some changes to hides and stuff like that, which we will talk about, but the biggest change is to nodes with ore. So let's just read it here. They added multiple new spawn locations for Star Metal in Ori in the world across 8+ zones, updated respawn times of Star Metal or Calcum to match iron ore. This is a 33% reduction in Star Metal and a 50% reduction for Ori Calcum or respawn timers. We also see here the updated respawn times of gold and platinum to match silver. So this is a 33% reduction for gold and 80% reduction for platinum respawn times. So what does this mean? This means there are going to be a lot more Ori nodes in the market. Or sorry, Ori ore in the market. There is going to be a massive reduction in Ori price. If you have specifically Ori Calcum ore and Star Metal ore, sell now. Make it into Ori ingots, sell the Ori ingots, make it into Star Metal ingots, sell the ingots, just sell it. This one is going to be a massive reduction. This one is going to be maybe the biggest change. Maybe it's not going to quite do what Iron Guardsman Insignias are going to do. I don't think they're going to lose 65% of their value, but they're going to go down significantly. And if they did go down that much, it wouldn't shock me to that extent. Now, with this, we're going to find a couple things. So first, of course, if we're selling our Ori ingots. We're selling anything that is crafted with Ori. So your Ori arrows. Now, arrows are going to be a little bit interesting because Ori arrows are going to take a little bit to go down. You might even see an increase in price in Ori Calcum arrows because the bow got a very big rework and it is a very big change. So people are going to pick up the bow a lot more. So So when they pick up the bow, they're going to buy ori arrows. But what's going to happen is orichalcum ingots are going to go down in price, which means the ori arrows and the orichalcum cartridges are going to go down in price. So basically anything that crafts with ori, if you have it made already, just get rid of it. But right now, I would probably stop crafting them unless you can sell them instantly, and just sell what you have right now. Sell the arrows, sell the ori ingots, get rid of them now, and then wait till this comes up, and you can just get the very much increased or decreased price. So it'll be a lot better. Now, we're going to have a lot of ori in the market. The ori is going to go up. The ore is going to tank. We're going to have a lot more ori ingots. So with supply and demand, how are we going to craft it? Well, I'm sure you guys know you need the lower amounts of iron ore. You're going to need star metal. You're going to need platinum, or sorry, you're going to need gold and silver. So what else do you need is obsidian flux. Obsidian flux is going up. I am telling you right now, there is no way obsidian flux does not go up. On my server, it is currently 1.8. I would not be shocked to see it at 5. You're going to see the price of ori ore right now mainly is derived by the ori ore itself. So if you want to make an ingot, the biggest price is the ore going all the way up. The flux you have for it is a factor, but you're going to start seeing a shift in the percentage. So at 100% right now, let's say the ore is like 95%, where the obsidian flux is 5%. It's a little bit more than that probably, but we'll say that. So now you're going to see it switch to maybe the ore is only like 60% of the price of it, and maybe the flux is about 40. That's probably still a little bit too much. It'll probably be like 20% of the price, but you're going to need a lot more flux. People are going to be crafting way more ingots. People are going to need a lot more flux. So flux is going to go up. So if you have flux, keep it. If you have extra money, buy some flux, because it is going up for sure. Also, if we're out there mining a bunch more nodes, we're going to get a bunch more uncut gems. Now, if you remember, I talked a little bit about we'll swap over here. We talked some about the small quartz crystal here and how that might be affected by something. And this is it. With a lot more nodes in the game, we might get we're going to get a lot more quartz crystals. And we're getting a lot more uncut gems. Now, when it comes to uncut gems, they're not that expensive anyway, but they're going to go down a little bit in price. Almost the entirety of the gem itself, that when you buy it on the market, the price almost comes from the quince itself, which could see an increase in price, or more than likely might see an increase in price. But you don't have to take those gems and make them into quince. You can also make them into things like gemstone dust and stuff like that, which is probably going to see a drop in price. We'll talk about that here a little bit more in a little bit, about why I think those are going to see a drop in price as well. But uncut gems are going to see more than likely a drop in price, which is going to mean your gemstone dust is going to take a drop in price as well. Now, we talked a little bit about the nodes. We talked about how much ori is going to be there, but let me talk about how much I think there's actually going to be extra ori. Because you see here, we have the reductions in timers plus the nodes. I see almost around 4 times the amount of ore in the economy as before. Now, I don't know if they've essentially doubled the amount of ore, but some of the locations I found, especially orichalcum ore and ore nodes, it is absolutely crazy. They have some of the highest concentration of ore. No, there is the highest concentration of uncontested, easy to get to ore in the game, are in some of these new spots. It is going to absolutely tank the price of ore. So when it comes to like the amount, I imagine it's going to be about 4 times the amount of ore in the game. Now, they did make a change to where you are going to get more fulvium and cinnabar and scarhide, smolderhide from refining and skinning these materials. So this means that we're going to see more fulvium and cinnabar. Now, they did nerf crates a little bit, so you're going to get less from them. Now, we don't know if there's going to be like the same, correlation to how many nodes you get equals to how many boxes you get equals to how much fulvium and cinnabar you get and smolderhide, scarhide you get. But no matter what, fulvium and cinnabar is going down in price because we are getting so many more nodes in the game, it is definitely going to go down. Now, when it comes to skinning, we have an update on level ranges. So they just swapped some of the level ranges around, and we have 56 to 66 now is for tier 5. Before it was 46 to 66. Now, they said that there was not enough tier 4 hides, that's thick hide in the game, so they wanted to change it a little bit. What this does is this might not touch the price that much, but I think iron hide itself is probably going to go up in value a little bit. Because there are going to be less spots to farm, it's not going to be super easy to go out there and farm hide. Hide is one of the best things you can do right now. You can go out and gather it. It is very, very profitable. And there are a lot of people out there doing it, but there are so many different spots that because we have this range here of 46 to 66, it's really easy to find a spot. It's going to be not as easy to find a spot next patch when it's 56 to 66, which means there's going to be less iron hide in the market, which means the price of iron hide is going to go up. And there may be a case to be made, the smolder hide and scar hide is going to go up as well. I don't know that to be true because we don't know how much they've tweaked the numbers, because they again tweaked to where when you skin, you're going to get more smolder hide and scar hide, but you're going to get less from the aptitude crate. So honestly, I don't know if smolder hide, scar hide is going to go up, but I do think that your iron hide is going to go up. So if you have some extra room, it might not be bad if you just buy up some iron hide. So now we've talked about some of the changes. We talked about ore and stuff like that. Let's give you a couple more things that you're probably going to want to buy and sell. So one of the last things you're going to want to buy right now is timeless shards. So if you go to, just a logic's perspective, people are probably going to be crafting more. Now, there is going to be, around the same amount of Asmodeum, Phoenix Weave, Runic Leather in the market, but people are going to want to craft more. So what does that mean? Timeless shards are going to go up. Right now, pretty much the bottleneck is trying to get, your Iron Guardsman Insignias, your linen embroideries. These are kind of your bottleneck currently. Now it's probably going to be timeless shards. So if you are planning on doing a bunch of crafting, now is the time to buy up your timeless shards because they are going to go up in price. Now, having said that, because the prices are going to drop so much on Ori, Asmodeum is probably going to go down a little bit. Now, I don't think it's going to plummet in price. Ori ingots are going to go down in price, but because we're able to craft so much, I think Asmodeum is not going to drop near the amount of what Ori ingots are going to drop. They're going to see a drop in price just because the cost is going to go down, but because the prices of Iron Guardsman Insignias are going down, it means people are going to want to craft more, which means there's going to be more demand for Asmodeum. Right now, I'm not going to lie, I don't do a whole lot of crafting on my server because I just buy my stuff at this point. I just make money, buy my gear, and then be done with it. But maybe next patch when I have a ton of resources laying around, maybe I will start crafting a little bit more. So that's kind of my buy and sell. Now I'm going to bring over my list here, and these are kind of a little summary. So we're buying 2 strat attribute mods. We're buying Obsidian Flux. We're buying Vials of Suspended Azoth. We're buying Timeless Shards, and we're possibly buying Iron Hide. Now, Iron Hide is very, very heavy, so maybe that's one thing you don't want to buy. But we're selling our Orichalcum ingots. We're selling Tolvium and Cinnabar. We're selling single stat attribute mods, Asmodeum, Ori crafted items, Uncut Gems, and we're selling thick hide because there's just going to be more in the world. Now, we haven't talked about some of my maybe buys, and here they are. So we have leveling dungeon crafting mats and iron ore / silver. Now, the iron ore / silver here, I don't know what the price is going to do these. I imagine they do have to go up because, like I said, just like the flux up here, if we are going to, make a bunch more Ori, we're going to need a bunch more iron ore and we're going to need a bunch more silver. So I don't think this price is going to significantly go up through the roof, but I do think this is steadily going to go up over time. I don't know where it's going to sit, but I think it's going to be higher than whatever it is now. Now, the reason why I say leveling dungeon crafting mats is because with Tolvium and Cinnabar going to be tanking in price, people are going to start to want to, again, level up their crafting, armor, and weaponsmithing. Also, we'll go here to the server. They also have new crafting mods. Where are they at here? Right here. Tonic of Tyrannus. Now, I don't know if a lot of these are going to be that good, but if you look in the bottom there, it is bind on pickup. What this means is you're going to have to craft these yourself as of right now. I actually think these are going to get changed, but as of right now, you're going to have to level your crafting. So if you consider one of these to be your best in slot perks, well, you're going to have to craft it yourself. Now, most of these perks, luckily, aren't very good. Now, the Shuriken Heals is pretty good, and this one's not bad. Sturdy Fortification. Blocking a player's attack adds a stack of 4% Fortify. So on some sword and shield builds, this is going to be pretty good. But I don't think these are going to make too big of an impact. Now, I haven't seen where they lie on the table. I don't know if they can take place at like Keen and stuff like that. So we will see where they end up on the pool table. I haven't quite looked into it, but this could be another case for you to, you know, buy your leveling dungeon materials if you haven't leveled your stuff anyway, because with, like I said, Tobium Cinnabar going down or going down, it is going to just make it cheaper to level up your different stuff. Now, we have here that maybe sell is potions and gemstone dust. So the potions are, well, something that is a little bit speculative, but on my server, I think most of the potion is revolved around two different things. One, it is doing dungeons, and two, it is doing Outpost Rush. Now, with the amount of Outpost Rush being ran right now, potions are getting chugged hand over fist. Same thing with gemstone dust. Now, a lot of people don't use gemstone dust. You know, only the people really trying to sweat it out use gemstone dust in OPR. But if a lot of the people are going to go from OPR to 3v3, these things are going to go down in price because you can't use gemstone dust in OPR. I'm sorry, in 3v3s, and potions and potions are given to you for free in the 3v3 arenas. Same thing with your, you know, your food. Now, I could put food on here, but people don't really buy that much food anyway. They do buy some, but the food market, it's better to craft all the stuff anyway. So I didn't want to put that here, but these are some of your maybe sells. Now, potions are always useful, and I just keep a hold of them. I basically farm up all my potions anyway, so don't worry about it, but I can definitely see potions going down in price and gemstone dust going down in price, not only because people are using it less, but because we're going to get a lot more uncut gems next patch. So really think about maybe selling these if you have a big stockpile of them. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to know other New World things, make sure you hit that like, comment, and subscribe button. Like it if you thought I did a decent job, or if you just enjoyed the video, or I helped you out at all. Comment, let me know down in the comment section down below whether you have bought any of these things, whether this video is going to make you buy some of these things, or maybe where I'm going wrong with any of these. And then make sure you subscribe, because we are putting out all the videos. We're putting out a bunch of different videos about a bunch of different things. We've done PvP stuff, we've done PvE stuff, we've done economy stuff, and let me know what kind of videos you want to see in the future. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.